friends, Executive Coach Ed DaCosta with a pretty simple, possibly provocative question. Do you make love at work? Making love at work, what a concept. No, that is not what I'm talking about. Now, the birth of this subject comes from one of my boyhood heroes, the oceanographer and filmmaker, Jacques Cousteau. He was one of my heroes. I loved his television shows, The Undersea World of Jacques Cousteau, and before the days of on-demand entertainment where you could watch anything at any time, we had to really plan when we were going to watch that show, because if you missed it, you missed it. Well, in any case, Jacques Cousteau said a lot of famous things. He was a really powerful, charismatic speaker and environmentalist. He said, "Many people attack the ocean. I make love to it." And I remember thinking about that, and he wasn't talking about sexuality, of course. Then I got an opportunity to meet Jacques Cousteau when I was 12 years old. What a great treat and what an opportunity. I got to ask him a question. I asked him, how do I go about becoming a member of his crew? He found that quite funny. And needless to say, I never did become a member of his crew, but I was bitten by the notion that you could go to work each and every day and love what you do. And then years later, I read a book called Good to Great, which talked about the three circles, the three questions to define where you should spend your life, particularly in your work life. And those three questions are: what are you great at, what can be best in the world at? What do you love? And what drives your economic engine? So put another way, what's in your gift zone? It's the first question. What do you really love to do? Like you lose track of time when you're doing it. You're in the state of flow or in the zone. And the third is what meets your economic needs. I remember as a kid, I also, wanted to become a member of the Boston Red Sox, and I loved baseball, loved playing baseball. Well, the problem is 1 out of 3 isn't good enough. I wasn't particularly good at baseball. Not once I got to be a teenager. It was clear that I wasn't skilled enough. And of course, if you're not skilled enough to play college baseball, then you're not going to drive your economic engine playing baseball. So that was 1 out of 3. But think about that as it pertains to what it is you do, or what it is you plan to do. How many of these 3 tests does it pass? And I'm going to challenge you not to settle. You want to live a life full of satisfaction and enjoyment and fulfillment. The end of your days, hopefully a long, long time from now, you want to look back with a sense of satisfaction about what it is you've done and not regret. Not that woulda, coulda, shoulda, if I'd only, made this choice or taken that chance or take a risk. Believe me, take the chance, take the risk. If you're in something where you're settling, it's not good enough. Just recently, I was on a fishing expedition with a client in the Gulf of Mexico. And another example, again, ocean related, but the guide that took us to the fishing spots where the fish were biting and told us what bait to use and how to cast. And basically, he got some real neophytes to catch a lot of fish. We had lots of conversations during the hours that we were on the water. And this man had done many things. He'd been a truck driver, had worked in the oil and gas industry, and made more money than he made on the water. But he never loved it. In fact, he tolerated it. He just kind of endured it. And that's just no way to go through life. Again, I'm paraphrasing him. He kept being drawn back to the ocean, and he started his own business, his own guide business. And he was clearly very, very talented at it. You could tell he loved what he was doing. I mean, we were novices, and he didn't show any signs of frustration. He just was very, very happy. And it did what it needed for him in terms of his economic needs. So just think about that. Do not settle for 2 out of 3 or 1 out of 3. You need 3 out of 3 in order to be really living your purpose, living your passion, and becoming that person that you have the potential to become. So I hope you found this helpful. Again, Ed DaCosta. Take care.